to about the 23. They start on the ground with McCaffrey.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 more there and another 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
We're scoreless after 1. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Cousins. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Throwing on 1st down is Lance. Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Open man is Ayuk, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Lance and company going on 4th down. And he finds Tyler Croft. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop with just over 30 seconds to go in the first half. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the 1st down, but they decided keep the ball in the hands of the guy who can throw it, and it paid off.
And the decision paid off indeed. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing his Lance on third down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. 12 yards on third down as the drive rolls on.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be, 38 yards out. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Cook. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get it as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now Cousins.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner.
He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score a touchdown. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First down, here's Cousins.
Open man is Osborne, he's got it. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Cousins. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Vikings are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And the 49er hands team does its job. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, Pat.
This is McCaffrey. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
4th quarter, holding on to a lead, fullback carry, 3 or 4 yards. I guess that's what you're looking for.
And it just brings back memories for me because I remember my coaches in this situation. I remember one time my head coach into his headset telling the offensive coordinator, I want the big boy carrying the ball. And that's what you have in this spot. Him covering up on the ball, taking care of it, and grinding out yardage.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football. Here's Lance to throw it.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. From 17 yards out.
And the 49ers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Gold with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Throwing, Cousins.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Cousins.
That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Cousins to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Vikings.
Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Joseph now to add the PAT. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Here's Lance.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. McCaffrey. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts As the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Now Lance.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Defense.